Hello, 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 hello! How are we all doing today? Alright, we're in some shitty weather, so I'm not going to want to use flaps. That's just going to blow me around. So, that off my list. Let's set our altitude. What do they want me to climb to? Climb maintain 7,000. Squawk 0013, so that's going to be on transport. That's already put in. So climb 7,000, follow the magenta line. Let's go for it. Run up is good. Now time to unset the parking brake. Just checking, are my lights good? I'm gonna want pitot heat. Alright, let's go. I'm gonna want to gain altitude pretty quickly because this weather's just terrible. So if something goes wrong, I want to have more time to figure out my options.
Cessna 10 Whiskey contact Atlanta Center on 134.5. Good day.
Come on.
Going to 134.5 Cessna 10 Whiskey.
Let go of the stick. Give that a little more trim. Let's get stable. Alright, I'm happy with that. Alright. Just have it maintain that. Okay, 1345. Got it. I do. I've got 2 buttons.
Atlanta Center Cessna November 1110 Whiskey is passing 2,400 feet, climbing 7,000 feet.
Cessna November 1110 Whiskey Atlanta Center altimeter tree 0.0 tree. Continue to Delta Bravo November as planned.
I'm gonna climb pretty gently. Yeah, I was just using...
804 contact
Okay,
Atlanta
that isn't
Center
me.
on 12
Yeah, I was using the one down below,
Good day.
just for the sake of... I
Detroit
need
1
more
Juliet
speed.
Foxtrot, contact Atlanta Center on 123.905. Good day.
123.905 for Delta 2804.
There we go. I was noticing my control surface is losing authority there, which was causing the autopilot to kind of dolphin back and forth, you know? I was using... If you use the scroll wheel, it's a lot more coarse than the manual switches. So I was using that to see if I could get it in, like, very coarsely, and then get it more finely in from there. Alright, so we're gaining speed again, which is good. I'm trying different things. I happen to be awake right now.
FlexJet
If I'm being
497
kind of honest, I've had a
Atlanta
little
Center
trouble with
on
my sleeping schedule that I've been trying to
123.905.
fix. So,
Good day.
I've been pretty much going live when I'm awake enough to do so. You know what I mean?
Cessna 10 Whiskey, please expedite your climb to 10,000
There's
feet.
not much I can do, buddy. I need to gain speed. I'll try that.
123.905 FlexJet 437.
It's not flaps holding me back.
Atlanta Center Delta 2359er is passing flight level 240, descending 10,000 feet. Delta 2359er, Atlanta Center,
Yeah,
continue as planned.
as I said, it's pretty true to life. I was actually tempted. You know, okay, so my thought that was that it would be insensitive. So that's why I didn't do it, but I was tempted to one of these like tropical storms or hurricanes to try to fly through
Delta
it.
2359er, contact Jacksonville Center on
It's all live weather.
121.7.
This is actually happening in this
Good day.
location at this time. That's actually why it's kind of a random airport. I looked for weather to do today.
Going to 125.75 Delta 2359er. Atlanta Center
You
Delta
can tell it what to
2359er
do,
is passing
but I
flight
was
level
trying to
2.5,
do
descending
this as true to
4,000
life
feet.
as possible, so I went and flew through an actual
Delta
storm.
279er to Atlanta Center, continue as planned.
Basically, this entire flight's gonna suck. At least to fly it. The strip that I picked is just straight thunderstorms the whole way through. I'm hoping to get above it. I'm gonna try to get above the clouds. But there's only so much I can do with this kind of turbulent air. But I'm gonna try. Realistically, this is not a flight that you would want to do in this particular aircraft, but since it's a simulator, I can try stuff like this. I'm not going to actually die if it goes badly.
Delta 279er to your 74 miles southeast. Descend and maintain 4,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 10 approach via we transition. Cleared, did we?
Well, glad to hear you're getting your vaccine.
Descend and maintain 4,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 10 approach via Dewey transition. Cleared to Dewey Delta 279er 2. Atlanta Center, Southwest 29er 73 is at flight level 400, descending 10,000 feet. Southwest 29er 73, Atlanta Center, continue as planned.
Climbing nice and slow. I'd rather have a better climb rate, but doing what I can. Well, the important thing is that you're getting it, so that's good. No. What would happen is it would switch to something called instrument flight rules, and you would not be able to request VFR takeoff. I am not VFR. I am flying IFR. So basically, you can only fly instrument. So you can only fly if you are actually rated, both in the pilot and the aircraft, for instrument flight. Now, as far as whether this is a good idea and something this tiny that gets blown around like this, I would say it's a bad idea, but it's legal. But only if I have my instrument rating and the airplane is actually has all of what I need for it to be authorized for instrument.
Atlanta Center Delta 19er, 65 is passing flight level 270, descending 3,000 feet.
Cessna 10 Whiskey, contact Atlanta Center on 123.905. Good day. Delta 19er 65, Atlanta Center, continue as planned. Cessna 10 Whiskey, did you copy?
123.905, Cessna 10 Whiskey. Atlanta Center Cessna November 1110 Whiskey is passing 5,800 feet, climbing 7,000 feet.
Cessna November 1110 Whiskey, Atlanta Center, altimeter 30.5. contact Atlanta Center on 134.5. Good day.
Generic 3 Delta Sierra.
Come on. I'm going to try to get up to 10,000, so I'm going to request a increase by 3,000.
Atlanta Center, Cessna 10 Whiskey.
Or it'll give me significantly more than that. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll do it.
Cessna 10 Whiskey, climb and maintain 7,000 feet. Expect 12,000 feet. Delta 1561 traffic is 9 o'clock, 4 miles at flight level 3900 generic. Report them in sight.
Climb and maintain 7,000 feet. Expect 12,000 feet. Cessna 10 Whiskey.
Delta 1561 has a traffic.
On what planet is 7,000 plus 3,000 12,000? Apparently, like that's the only way I could think of it. Above Georgia, we just add 2,000 feet to everything.
Cessna 10 Whiskey, climb and maintain 12,000 feet.
Sure thing, buddy.
Climb and maintain 12,000 feet. Cessna 10 Whiskey.
Once I get to 7,000, I'll set that, and we'll be golden.
Delta 1561, contact Jacksonville.
I swear, if they start yelling at me to expedite your climb,
Good day.
just gonna start quoting Scotty from soundtrack and just Star Trek, and just say, give him all she's got.
132.3 for Delta 1561.
I might try it. Like, I've been tempted to before. Like a lot of what I use my car for is just like going around to do one thing or another. I don't really need to carry multiple people or heavy things most of the time that I'm out, so paramotor could work. I mean, I'm right inside the airspace for what's it called again, the nearby airport. So that I'm gonna have to double check on how paragliders work in there. Hello.
Cessna 10 Whiskey, please expedite your climb 12,000 feet.
Do I look like I'm having a good time, controller? Give this plus 100 and see what we get. That's about as expedited as I can probably give you. Thank you, Blaine. This is... It's a nightmare, but it's a nightmare I gave myself.
Cessna 10 Whiskey, please expedite your climb 12,000 feet.
How about I expedite my fist into your face? We try giving it 300, and if it gets too slow and I start dolphining back and forth, if I start fishtailing, I'll bring it down to 200. Normally you don't want to hyper-focus on your panel like this, but I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to see looking out these windows.
Allegiant 1700, contact Atlantis Center on 134.5. Good day. One tree 4.5 for Allegiant 1700.
Well, it depends on the wind. Like, it's theoretically possible to do that with the right wind. I wouldn't say good idea, but it's possible. There's actually a competition for STOL, or short takeoff and landing airplanes. They're usually heavily modified and they fly into really intense wind, and you see them taking off in like 3 feet of distance and landing in even less. I'm getting a little low there. Okay. Yeah, that's when you're doing your rotorcraft certification, that's something they really drill into you, and you actually practice that a lot. Actually, funny thing, most airports have a diner on field, and there's actually a few airports. I don't remember which exact ones there are. They are, but well, that's not me. But they're actually kind of famous for having what's called a $300 cheeseburger, if I remember right, where it costs $300 to fly in, and you come in and spend, you know, $12 on the cheeseburger.
134.5 Delta 2388.
Alright, I got my 2580 back. That'll keep us climbing through. It only took us this long to climb 1,000 feet. If I can get above these clouds and get out of all this... Jesus Christ.
Whiskey, please expedite your climb 12,000 feet.
I am about to expedite you through a door. Yeah, that's the kind of thing that... Well, okay, so the idea of going in for the burger is more of a social thing. Like, you know how people have their friends at a bar that they like to go to? It's kind of like that. Except these are the kind of people that can afford a $300 bar trip.
Delta 13999 is at flight level 325 descending 10,000 feet.
Delta 13999 Atlanta Center, continue as planned.
I don't think I'm in any danger of it going faster than it will allow. That's actually the problem I'm having right now. I'm having a lot of trouble getting enough speed to climb fast enough. You get in trouble for doing that.
Atlanta Center volunteer Tree 10 tree is passing 10,300 feet.
Specifically, Annie is who I was referring to. Throwing stuff out of your airplane at basically things that you don't own, or in a way that risks landing on things you don't own, you get in trouble for that. Thank you for the follow! This wind's one of the things giving me problems. What's my ground speed like? Oof. That is a big oof right there. Well, you know, the problem isn't the association or whoever you threw it at giving you a problem. The problem is the FAA will kind of side-eye you and you'll get a nice little phone call where they ask you to explain yourself. There was a YouTuber that was doing that actually, and a viewer called them in, so the FAA actually ended up calling them and kind of giving them the third degree about it. They ended up okay because they explained that they were only doing it like in places they had permission to be doing it, but they still got the call. There we go. Hell yeah. That looks angry as hell. Alright, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to deviate just a little bit here. I'm going to try to stay out of these clouds. But now that I'm out of all the turbulence, I'm going to take advantage of this and try to climb. I really like how this simulator renders its clouds.
Atlanta Center Envoy 4147 is at flight level 310, descending 10,000 feet.
I'm going to try to take advantage of this opportunity to get some altitude. Come on. Give me back my 2580. Come on. And I gotta set down to 300 again. I'm gonna try to break out again through here. I'd rather be outside the clouds and climbing fast, that way I could try to get above them, than strictly following flight plan. There we go. Now that we're here, let's get closer to flight plan, because it looks like there's kind of a valley in the clouds. I'm going to use this distance to try to climb again. How far off are we? We're not that far off.
139er contact Atlanta Center on 134.5. Good day.
I'm gonna probably have to go, like, in between those two layers. We can do this. I know we can do this. That is really pretty, though. Really scary, but really pretty. No, no. I'm not doing that.
Delta 2676 is passing flight level 285, descending 10,000 feet.
Delta 2676 Atlanta Center, continuous planned.
Yeah, but I'm trying to get this flight done right, you know? I'm almost to my assigned altitude. So once we get there, I'm just gonna hit altitude hold, and we'll see what we can do. Oh my god. Maybe another stream, you know? I've been thinking of doing a kind of stunt stream, but I want to do more kind of level stuff at first. But I could definitely do a, shall we say, acrobatic stream sometime. See, you would think that would be fun, but the problem with things like the 747 and things of that nature is those things handle like whales. I could yank my stick all the way to the right, it's barely going to move. See, that's actually something that I was going to do because it's completely possible. Um, I was doing some testing for a potential stream like that, and I was landing a seaplane all over the place through it. It's fine. The major trouble is getting there because the area around it is so high altitude. The kinds of planes that I would want to take on a trench run like that, they really struggle at those altitudes. $24.90. Can I get any higher? Yes, I can. Can I go higher than that? Does not look likely. I'm gonna try 2 more ticks. Does that go bring it down? I'm gonna leave it there. Alright, I got another 10 RPM. Now we're just gonna hold this altitude. Alright, can I afford to go over there? I don't want to.
Atlanta Center Delta 230 tree is passing flight level 330 descending 10,000 feet. Delta 230 tree Atlanta Center continuous planned.
It does. They are extra. Okay, you can either download ones that someone else made, or you can actually buy them on the marketplace, and there's almost everything that starts with F in there. Once I get through this arch kind of thing here, I'm going to take a look over to the left and see if I can get over to the left onto my flight path a little bit, or flight plan.
Cessna 10 whiskey
Oh my god, that thing.
on 135.55.
That was certainly a thing. That sure happened.
135.55
Hello!
Cessna 10 whiskey.
135.
Atlanta Center.
No worries.
November,
All good. Thanks for coming at all.
whiskey, 12,000 feet.
Cessna November 1110 whiskey Atlanta Center altimeter 30.04 continuous planned.
I'm not gonna update that. There's a bug in the simulator. Normally what you do is you dial that into your barometer, but until they fix that, it just gets air traffic control yelling at you. If I can get around this kind of column here, I can probably turn further east. For a second there, I thought I could see roads and stuff, but then I realized that's just icing. I was about to say, what kind of clearing am I flying through that I can see roads? So, the bad news, quote-unquote bad news, good news for people watching the stream, the airport that I selected to land at is really bad. It is actually the worst storm currently going on in the Western Hemisphere, at least at this particular moment. SR-71, I don't remember seeing that in the, Let's go this way. I don't remember seeing that in the marketplace, but, someone's probably made it as a mod. I'm gonna have to fly through this column, but it'll come back out to the, clear right about now. There we go. And pop right through this. Airplane's not happy about flying through a cloud. You know, it's got me wondering if it simulates lightning strikes. I'm not going to deliberately try to get myself hit, but I'm curious if, like, if I'm going to get hit. There we go. That's what I like to see. If I can get decently close to this line, I'm just going to hit nav again.
Generic 2 Mike Alpha, you are 68 miles northwest. Climb and maintain 10,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 10 approach via Tiley transition. Clear to Tiley. Generic 2 Mike Alpha, you are 67 miles northwest of Savannah. Contact Savannah Tower on 119.11 inbound.
I wish I were in something that could get up above, but getting in between is probably my best bet.
Tower on 119.1 generic 2 Mike Alpha.
What are you asking about? Yeah, 14,000, but the problem is in stormy weather like this, I'm having trouble maintaining good engine RPM, so I can't get up there. I'm at 12 already and I struggled to get here. Let me see if I can get any more. That looks like the best I'm gonna get.
Atlanta Center, generic November 960 Sierra Charlie is at flight level 3900, descending 10,000 feet.
Generic November 960 Sierra Charlie Atlanta Center, continue as planned.
So how are we all doing while we have a little gap here? Anyone have anything interesting happen today? Hey, lunch is good. Well, you could probably check out the VOD later if you wanted. I anticipate this is going to be just a little difficult. Ah, there's some ground. Yeah, this is actually what most people train in when they first learn to fly. This thing's actually one of the most produced aircraft in the world because basically their design goals was to be the airplane anyone could afford. They didn't quite meet that, but they got damn close.
Atlanta Center, generic November 710 Romeo Hotel is at flight level 355, descending 10,000 feet. Generic November 710 Romeo Hotel Atlanta Center, continue as planned.
This is actually what I flew when I was first learning to fly in real life.
Atlanta Center,
We didn't have glass cockpits, it was standard analog instrumentation.
JetBlue 2086 Atlanta Center, continue.
But it was a Skyhawk. It was specifically a 172N. I think I still have the operator's manual for that laying around somewhere. Got like oil all over the pre-flight checklist pages. As you had to kind of reach into the engine cowl and fidget with some stuff in there. And part of the pre-flight, you've got this like jar, right? It's like you ever see those thermoses that are see-through. It's not really a thermos. It's like a kind of drinking vessel where you flip up the top and you know tilt it back. It's like that, except it's got this kind of metal tube coming out of it, and the fuel tanks for the plane are actually in the wings. So there's this port, like around there-ish. I think this might actually be it if I remember right, and it's got this like valve in there that when you push the metal up through it, there's a little sump under there, like this little divot that any sediment in the fuel tank will go into. And what happens is a little bit of the fuel will come spilling into that canister. Kind of swirl it around a little bit, make sure that there's no debris in there, look at the little filter, and you're really supposed to put the fuel back in there. But I guess my flight instructor his name was Keith, gave me the bad habit of just dumping it on the ground. You don't use a whole lot for it. You just need a little to make sure there's no debris floating in there that's going to stall your engine later.
Going to 128.1 JetBlue 2086.
But as a result of, you know, stuff like that and getting your hands under that engine cowl and making sure everything's okay, your hands get kind of oily, and it ended up all over the pages.
Atlantis Center JetBlue 1142 is passing flight level 370, descending 10,000 feet.
JetBlue 1142 Atlantis Center, continue as planned.
What do you hate? Oh. Well, you could probably bring some, like, wipes or something. I just never bothered to. It's not like there's, like, a timer that starts when you're done with your pre-flight. You could theoretically just go inside and wash your hands. Most airports have a pilot's lounge. I was thinking of actually going to the nearby one to take a picture to use as kind of a standby screen. And, actually, I should probably go to the one nearby, the local one, because the space itself has a bit of a sense of humor. There's a fridge that has cans of soda in it, and there's a little cup on top of it that has written high-tech cash accepting machine, and the sodas cost like 75 cents each, and it's kind of an honor system, the high-tech cash machine, if I remember the phrasing right. You just put some quarters in it, and it's just honor system. You put like 3 quarters in it and walk away with one of the sodas. Or, you have this really fancy bathroom. I definitely have pictures of that bathroom.
JetBlue 1142 has the generic in sight.
American 1201, contact Atlantis Center on 128.1. Good day.
Let me see something, actually. Give me a moment.
Going to 128.1 American 1201.
JetBlue 1142, contact Atlantis Center on 128.1. Good day.
I am going to quickly look through my phone, see if I can find the picture. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on it because I don't want to take too much attention away from what I'm doing. How long ago was that flight you're talking about? That's me.
Jacksonville Center on 132.5.
1325.
Good day.
No matter which direction I scroll, it wants to go down. It's a little too far to the right. There we go.
Jacksonville Center, Cessna, November 1110 Whiskey, 12,000 feet. Cessna, November 1110 Whiskey, Jacksonville Center, altimeter 29er.9er, 8 continue to browse as planned. Exojet 774, contact Jacksonville Center on 120.85. Good day. American 2509er traffic is 8 o'clock, 2 miles at flight level 360 Airbus A20N. Report them in sight. Frontier flight 2869er heavy traffic is 2 o'clock, 2 miles at flight level 340 generic. Report them in sight.
Alright, I'm scrolling around and it kind of feels like I'm close, but not 100% sure. It's definitely after those pictures.
American 2509er has the Airbus A20N in sight. American 29er 20 traffic is 10 o'clock, 3 miles at flight level 340 generic. Report them in sight. American
Found it.
29er,
Alright, I got the,
12 o'clock, less than 1 mile, flight
it's about
level
where it is. It's about
360
one nail
Airbus
down.
A20N. Report them in sight.
Jacksonville Center JetBlue
First I'll get the cup.
152 is passing flight level 370, descending 10,000 feet.
JetBlue 155 to Jacksonville Center, continue as planned. Jacksonville Center, Blue Streak 5455 is passing flight level 270, descending 10,000 feet. Frontier flight 2869er, heavy contact Jacksonville Center on 120.85. Good day. Blue Streak 5455 Jacksonville Center, continue as planned. American 2509er, contact Jacksonville Center on 120.85. Good day. JetBlue 155 to traffic is 10 o'clock, 4 miles at flight level 340 generic. Report them in sight. JetBlue 155 to traffic is 10 o'clock, 2 miles at flight level 360 Airbus A20N.
Give him some time to spot it. That's cool.
73 contact Jacksonville Center on 120.85. Good day. Going to 120.85 Frontier flight 2869er heavy. For American 2509er.
for JetBlue 1973.
Alright, first thing I'm gonna link is the high-tech cup. Let me know if you guys can see that. And second is the bathroom. Hey, there's some more land.
Cessna 10 Whiskey descent and maintain 3,000 feet.
That one's gonna be difficult, but sure.
Descend and maintain 3,000 feet. Cessna 10 Whiskey.
Are they trying to put me under the clouds?
contact Jacksonville Center on 120.85. Good day.
Jacksonville Center, Sun Country, tree 074 is at flight level 390.
Yeah, like, I only took that one, like, angle of it to show how wide that sink is. I have a feeling it's that wide explicitly so you can, wash your hands after you do your pre-flight.
Going to 120.85 Cessna 10 Whiskey. Jacksonville Center Cessna November 1110 Whiskey is passing
Well,
11,700.
I'm not going to descend with any,
feet.
particular urgency here.
November 1110 Whiskey, Jacksonville Center, altimeter 30.
I'm gonna keep 300 feet per minute and just leave it. That's a really angry column up front there.
Brickyard 3682, contact Jacksonville Center on 132.5. Good day.
One tree, 2.5 for Brickyard Tree 682.
Yeah, that's something we're not doing.
Jacksonville Center landmark 2357 is at
That was a little too far to the side.
descending 10,000 feet.
That is not as steep as I wanted it to be.
10 Whiskey, please expedite your descent
Fine.
3,000 feet. Landmark 2357, Jacksonville Center, continue as planned.
Because I don't want to go over speed and destroy the aircraft.
Jacksonville Center, American 1370 is passing flight level 360, descending 10,000 feet. American 1370, Jacksonville Center, continue as planned. Cessna 10 Whiskey, please expedite your descent 3,000 feet.
Jacksonville Center Blue Street 5244 is passing flight level tree 20 descending 10,000 feet.
Come on.
Blue Streak 5244, Jacksonville Center, continue as planned.
Hello, land. Your land. I'd rather be over here. I'm trying to not fly through those clouds as best I can. I'm a little close to that. Hopefully it's at a different altitude. Since we're going to be that far down, I'm going to put my mixture further in.
10 Whiskey, contact Savannah approach on 125.3. Good day.
125.3 for Cessna 10 Whiskey. Savannah approach Cessna November 1110 Whiskey is passing 9 9,400 feet descending, 3,000 feet.
Well, I was saying hi to the break in the clouds.
Savannah approach altimeter tree 0.0 tree. Continue to browse as planned.
Come on, give me an approach. Oh, that looks kind of weird up there. I was just happy to see a break in the clouds, you know? As pretty as the clouds are, it's nice to see land. We're gonna be getting nice and close to the land in a bit, though. After that, if I still got energy in me, oh, okay.
429 miles.
Tylee, got it.
Descend and maintain 2,600 feet. Expect ILS runway 10 approach via Tylee transition. Cleared to Tylee. Cessna 10 Whiskey, you are 28 miles west of Savannah. Contact Savannah Tower on 119.11 inbound. Tower on 119.1 Cessna 10 Whiskey.
So expect ILS 10 via Tylee. Come on. Alright, there we go. That's going to draw in a nice little magenta line leading to my approach vectors, and we should be good. There we go. Let me just go take a look at that real fast. Make sure that my localizer is good. Yay, app, here we go. Garmin Pilot. Let's pull up KSAV. Airport info. Menu search. KSAV. Procedures. ILS 10. Alright. 111.35, which is not in. Oh, it is in. Never mind. And 119.100.
Savannah Tower, Cessna November 1110 Whiskey, 23 miles west inbound ILS runway 10 approach.
Cessna November 1110 Whiskey, Savannah Tower. Altimeter tree 0.03, wind 127 at 17. Cleared ILS runway 10 approach.
Cleared ILS runway 10 approach, Cessna 10 Whiskey.
Savannah Airport information, Charlie 1900 Zulu. Wind 127 at 17. Visibility 10 in heavy rain.
Alright, so they still have heavy rain. Okay, so SOVI is when they're going to want me to be at 2,000. So I'm going to get down to 3,000 and then just get straight down to 2,000.
Savannah Tower, generic November tree, 21 Alpha, Juliet, tree 3 miles north, inbound ILS runway 10 approach.
Generic November tree 21 Alpha Juliet, Savannah Tower. Altimeter tree 0.03, wind 127 at 17. Cleared ILS runway 10 approach.
Cleared ILS runway 10 approach, generic 1 Alpha Juliet.
That's some lightning over there. You actually saw the strike. Rather, saw the lightning bolt. Alright. Well, the good news is we're pretty close to it. Hello everyone, how we all doing? I say we got 6 people, that's pretty nice. Yeah. They did really good. Follow that localizer, and once we intercept that glide slope, we're going to go ahead and engage approach. The winds aren't too bad, so I'm going to use flaps. I really like how the terrain works. A bunch of people were actually able to find their houses and stuff. Alright, so they want me to be at 2000 at Sovi. And that's over here. I'm already at 2000 just about. So as we intercept that, I'm going to... You'll notice I repeat stuff to myself a lot. You gotta kind of... Most of flying is just kind of juggling tasks. So when I'm repeating myself like that, I'm making a note to myself and making sure that I'm not losing track of what I need to be doing when. So to give you an idea of what I'm looking for, right now we're landing something called ILS, Instrument Landing System. These should have a horizontal component and a vertical component in most cases. This represents the vertical component. If that diamond is right on the middle, I am on my path to actually arrive at the runway. If it's above, I'm below. If basically the diamond represents the glide path, the theoretical line I should be following down to the runway. So it's already managing my horizontal axis. And we see as I come close that that diamond is coming down because I'm getting closer. So once we hit the middle, I'm going to press approach, and it should kind of capture that and follow that. Even though I can't see shit, I can still land. Off a little more speed there. That's the runway up there. If I hit it now, it's going to try to pull up, and I'm going to lose a bunch of speed. So I'm going to try to hit it perfectly exactly as I hit that glide slope. I don't like how I'm getting blown around, but I might take off the flaps. Looks like we captured it. It says GS over here. We got it. I'm taking off the flaps. I don't want to get blown around nearly this much. You're okay. You're okay. You're okay. Told you you're okay.
Generic 1 Alpha Juliet, wind 027 at 5. Cleared to land runway 10.
Cleared to land runway 10.
Did they clear some motherfucker who's right behind me? They did! What the shit? Okay, in real life, air traffic control would have never let this happen. And then they cleared me to land, like, right on top of the fucker. What the fuck was air traffic control smoking? Like, if this happened in real life, I would actually, like, call the FAA and report that. Like, that was not okay. They should have put that dude in a holding pattern. Like, if he was coming in behind me, it's not, oh, you're faster, just scream past the fucking Skyhawk. No! Yeah, okay, so that probably is actually why, because I do have live traffic on, but, like, come on. That dude could not have been more than 100 feet over me. Like, Jesus. Like, I suspected that as soon as I was on, like, my approach here, and I heard them clear someone else to land. I'm like, I hear engines. I hear turbines. Jesus Christ. It's gonna start screaming at me whenever I need to slow down.
Generic 1 Alpha Juliet, turn next taxiway.
Like, I'm landing in the middle of this, and it's like, yeah, just here, have a fucking scheduled airline right over your face. Like, really? Are you for realsies? And now I'm gonna have to feather in this.
Cessna 10 Whiskey, go around.
Okay.
Generic 1 Alpha Juliet, turn next taxiway.
Going around Cessna 10 Whiskey.
Which way do I turn?
Cessna 10 Whiskey, contact Savannah approach on 125 decimal.
Why did it send me around?
Going to 125 decimal 3 Cessna 10 Whiskey.
Come on. Retake the airplane. Climb out. Maybe. That actually could be why.
Savannah approach Cessna November 1110 Whiskey is missed approach at Savannah. Cessna 10 Whiskey climb and maintain 3,000 feet. Cessna 10 Whiskey, you are 1 mile east. Climb and maintain 4,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 10 approach via Tiley transition. Cleared to Tiley. Cessna 10 Whiskey.
Oh my God.
Southeast of Savannah. Contact Savannah Tower on 119 decimal 1 when inbound on the approach. Tower on 119 decimal 1 Cessna 10 Whiskey.
That was a gust. And that certainly, if the jet wasn't clear, that would certainly explain them telling me to go around, but frankly, they should have told the jet to go around. Congrats. To update you, I was on approach to the runway, and they sent a jumbo jet to scalp my hair, cleared it to land, and then when it couldn't get off of the runway in time, told me to go around. So I'm doing that. I'm flying okay. It's air traffic control that sounds like it's on something. Climb and maintain 3000, so I'm just going to alt hold on and just let it do it. Nope, we're gonna go heading. We're gonna go this way. Turn that way. Okay, let's try this again. Listen. Air traffic separation is a big deal, okay? You don't send a jumbo jet to come, like, just hop over a 172. You don't do that. Is that another dude on approach too? Now that I'm done climbing, I can go back in here. Alright, at least my nav 1 is still in, so I still have the localizer. I am absolutely going back in this VOD and clipping that rather large aircraft doing a very dangerous thing. Not really.
Savannah Tower, Cessna, November 1110 Whiskey.
They've got
miles
a
west
lot of
bound
paperwork
ILS
that they do.
runway 10 approach.
I just don't see myself doing that.
Cessna November 1110 Whiskey Savannah Tower. Altimeter 30.
Alright, YOLO swag, swing this shit around.
Cleared ILS runway 10 approach.
Cleared ILS runway 10 approach.
Zach?
Cessna 10 Whiskey.
How close are you? And what are you?
Savannah Tower southwest 23543 2 miles west inbound.
Well, I'll fly professionally. It's just specifically airline airline transport pilot.
Altimeter 30.0.
Specifically, like flying scheduled passengers around.
Cleared ILS runway 10.
That's just a bit much for me.
Cleared ILS runway 10 approach southwest.
I merged with that dude, didn't I? Yep. He's on top of me. I'm gonna take this really slow. Use some flaps to support running slow. I'm gonna let that dude get ahead. Well, that's still a commercial pilot. It's just airline transport pilot is a very specific thing. Oh, look, it's another jumbo jet. Bet that dude's not gonna clear the runway. Use that localizer. Well, you know, you can tow banners, you can do aerial photography, you can do skywriting, you can do that kind of shit. That doesn't require nearly as much paperwork. You could fly people's dogs around. There used to be an airline called Pet Airways. It wasn't scheduled or anything, but like, let's say you wanted to take your dog with you on vacation, but you didn't want them in the unpressurized cargo hold. You just go to Pet Airways and pay them an arm and a leg, and they'd have kennels like in the actual airplane. I am deliberately taking this really slow so that we give this dude ample time to clear the runway. You can yell at me all you want. give that a little more flap. It's gonna blow me around a bit, but you know what I mean. I'm using dude in the gender neutral sense. I swear, if they tell me to go around again, I am absolutely buzzing that tower doing it. Like, I am deliberately going as slow as I possibly can to give them more than enough time to get off the runway. Let's intercept that glide slope again. Come on.
Cessna 10 Whiskey, follow the aircraft on the runway. Wind 027. Cleared to land runway.
Thanks for the follow.
SkyWest 5755 exit runway when able. Cessna 10 Whiskey, did you hear my last transmission?
Clear to land runway 10 Cessna 10 Whiskey.
Yes, I know I'm low fuel. They made me go around.
5755 exit runway when able.
Come on, intercept that glide slope. I think they mean their COVID vaccine.
SkyWest 5755 exit runway when able.
Alright, that should do it. Capture that glide slope.
SkyWest 5755. Contact
Alright,
aircraft
awesome.
on 121.
They're clear of the runway, so that means that I'm good to land.
500.
Yep, 500. Let's do this.
121.9er SkyWest 5755.
I might get blown around a little bit. That's okay. What's life without getting blown around on a runway moving at 85 knots?
Southwest 2354. Follow the Cessna Skyhawk on final. Wind 007 at 5. Cleared to land runway 10.
Clear to land runway 10 Southwest 2354.
Start pulling back this throttle. Come on, you can do it. Okay, we're good.
Cessna 10 Whiskey, turn next taxiway.
Will do. That's not really what this channel is. Like, I'm mostly doing flight. That's kind of my focus.
Savannah Tower, Endeavor 5053, 27 miles north inbound ILS runway 10 approach. Endeavor 5053, Savannah Tower. Altimeter tree 0.03, wind 007 at 5. Cleared ILS runway 10 approach. Cessna 10 Whiskey, turn next taxiway.
I'm ready off.
Cessna 10 Whiskey, contact
Will do.
ground on 121.9er. Cleared ILS runway 10 approach, Endeavor 5053.
121.9er for Cessna 10 Whiskey. Savannah ground Cessna November 1110 Whiskey taxi to parking. Cessna November 1110 Whiskey taxi to general aviation parking using taxiway Charlie Bravo cross runway 19er Bravo Echo cross runway 28 Echo.
Charlie bro. Okay, so cross. I would acknowledge that, but let me find this on the map.
Taxiing to general aviation parking via taxiway Charlie Bravo cross runway 19er.
See, here's the
Bravo
problem.
Echo cross runway
This is Charlie right
Echo
here.
Cessna 10 Whiskey.
So they want me to cross the runway. So let me figure this out. So cross runway 19. They must think this is Charlie. So go here, cross 19. Cross runway 28, so that's the same runway that I was on. Okay, I see what they want me to do. They want me to turn here, cross this, go down here, and park somewhere down here. Got it. Understood. Yes, I know I have low fuel. I deliberately brought just enough to do this, plus some reserve. I set to cross it, so I'm just going to blow through. Go away, flight director. I don't need you.
Savannah ground southwest 2354 taxi to parking. Southwest 2354 taxi to general aviation parking using taxiway Alpha cross runway 19er Echo Foxtrot Echo.
I think what I might do, if you have to kind of round out the stream and kind of
Taxiing to general aviation
finish it up a little bit,
using
I might do some of the landing challenges. So what I'll probably do is I'll probably go to the landing challenge window and let you guys pick it out for me. So there's a few kind of landing challenges. There's the ones that are just at famous airports. There's the ones that are at bullshit airports, and there's the ones that are in bullshit wind conditions. So I'll let you guys pick all the way through. There's a few that are like that. I'll let you guys pick.
Southwest 2354, hold position caution, the Cessna Skyhawk on the taxiway.
Yeah, you go around. You hold. It's my taxiway.
Hold position Southwest 2354.
Okay, so there's this one called Lukala, if I remember right. It's actually the airport that you land at to get to one of the base camps for Mount Everest, and they built it into the side of Mount Everest, so they have very little runway space, very little length. So what they ended up having to do in order to make it actually possible to land at is they had to put the thing up on like this, I think it's a 15-degree angle. You have to land on this sloped runway so that gravity will slow you down before you plow into the side of Mount Everest. Well, you know, if you train on it, it's perfectly safe, but you couldn't reliably land there, otherwise everyone would just explode.
Southwest 235, for continue taxi.
Don't mind me, just looking for somewhere to park.
Roger, Southwest 2354.
You know what? I'm gonna park like a jumbo jet. No one can stop me. Are those bags for me? Those bags are for me, aren't they? Hey, buddy.
Southwest 2354, hold position caution, the Cessna Skyhawk on the taxiway.
They're not letting me park here.
Hold position Southwest 2354. Southwest 235, for continue taxi.
I wouldn't necessarily say that's the first time. I mean, barnstormers were a thing, like originally.
Roger, Southwest 2354.
Alright, those look like marshals over there, so I could actually just park there. Hi, buddy. You want me to come in from the other side. Got it. Alright, I'll play your game. Yeah, no, I saw the video of that, just like... What the... Get out of my way. There's a thing called ground effect that makes that not really that impressive. So, being really close to the ground like that, and with things to either side like that... What? I'm an airplane, get out of my way. Alright, you want me to turn this way? Give it a little more until his hands come together. And we're clear. Alright, shut her down, do some landing challenges. Mixture all the way in, throttle all the way out. Shut up. Right? Okay, so activities, landing challenges. So what do you guys want me to do? A famous, an epic, or a strong wind? I do not have any of the fighter jets, no. I have all the stock stuff, except I did get the working title mod for the CJ4, because that makes it more realistic. Alright, so we got one for epic, one for famous. Does anyone want to cast another vote? Alright, I guess we're doing epic. Do any of these catch anyone's eye? Svalbard is pretty gorgeous. It's a landing in the snow. Anyone want a second Svalbard? That looks like a pretty strong vote for Svalbard, so let's do that. Yeah, this is what I'm landing on. Sometimes it lags a little bit on a load like this. Let me update the stream while it loads. There we go. Save that. Alright, let's do this. Come on. Okay. Nice and level. There we go. That is not what I wanted. Come on. That is also not what I wanted. There we go. I might have to restart. This looks like it's the 152. Yeah, I'm gonna need to restart because it completely screwed my controls. What happened was I accidentally hit the arrow key on the keyboard. And it did something. There we go. Okay. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. So the runway is over here to my left. You can kind of see it out my window there. I'm gonna have to kind of curve my way into it. Yeah, this is definitely the 152. Once I get a little closer, I'm gonna hook over to my left here. Start lining up. It is, but unfortunately I don't have control over it, so I just kind of have to stare into the giant, fireball in the sky, which is one of the things that makes this difficult, but let's start lining that up. There's my approach lights. One thing I'm kind of taking advantage here is the fact that the way the wind is, I can kind of line myself up before I even try to approach the runway. So you notice that my ground speed isn't too high. There we go. I can pretty much get it to the point that I'm right here. And now when I turn, there we are. Let's hover at about that 500 feet per minute. We don't want to stall just yet, but we do want that 500 feet per minute. Use my pappies over to the left there. I want to see half of those red. Right now I'm way high. There we go, that's what I want to see. Alright. The game wants me to land further up there, but I'm not going to do that because this is the responsible way to do it. What do you know? Easy as pie. It's going to score me like shit because I didn't land like horizontally midway down the runway, but whatever. Alright. What next? Yeah, like especially on an icy or snowy runway like that, I want to have as much runway as possible in which to slow down. So I'm not wasting runway just to try to make it look nice, you know what I mean? Want to see some bullshit? I'm going to show you guys Saba. This thing is literally the shortest runway in the world. That's the entire thing. Less than 1,000 feet. I'm going to land on it. Now, the funny thing about this runway is it actually requires, one, its own certification to land on, and two, there's a very specific airplane that can actually land on this. So, let's say that you have your propellers that are spinning, right? And those propellers push the air backwards, right? Well, the propellers on this plane, what they can do is they can rotate on that cone the other way. So despite the fact that they didn't change the direction of their rotation, they're now pushing back on the air. So it's a propeller thrust reverser, basically. Probably gonna do like one more after this maybe, and then I'll call it. If you ever wanted to see a really dumb place to put controls, why would you put any of your dials up here? Is my gear down? I hope my gear is down. They should always start me down. Alright, let's do this.
Landing here. Landing here. Landing here. 500.
I'm gonna have to go around and try this again. That's okay. Myself a little time to line it up. By the way, this is like a real airport with a... This is a real runway at a real airport. Nah. I wasn't lined up. Give myself a little more room. Level off right about here. Go this way. I think I'm just going to call it after this landing. Starting to taper off, so that's probably a natural place to do it. Come on.
Landing here. Landing here.
There we go.
500.
Nope. It didn't switch. Okay. I'm gonna give this one more try and then I'm just gonna YOLO it. Yeah, that's what I'm doing this time. There we go. Did it. So yeah, this airplane, those rotors on the those propellers, those can actually rotate so that when the engine is spinning the same way, it's actually giving negative thrust. Alright, so that's a good place to call it. Thank y'all for coming. I'm gonna get off now, and y'all have a good day. Yeah, it was squirrely, but it's a 900-foot runway. Like, come on.